Right then, guys. So this isn't a clickbait video. This is the end of First Man as you know it. This is the end of like all the type of content we were doing before. I've made a video like this before 2.5 years ago, and I've been trying to do this for years, but I couldn't make it happen because we never had the people in play. Now I've got a team of people who are unbelievable. They're so efficient at what they do. They allow me to just focus on the important stuff. I've got a camera guy who's unbelievable, who is able to vlog stuff, and it's just everything that I wanted to do a few years ago when I said to you guys, I just want to swap over and do vlogs now. It's now possible. And, I've done a lot of different businesses over the years, but 1M International, there's nothing like it, okay? It started off as 1M House. It's just grown so big. It's generated probably more money in the year that we've been running it, and it's been more successful than everything else I've ever done collectively. And I just came to the decision that like I'm getting too old for YouTube. I don't have the motivation anymore to sit down and make like, here's things that you need to be doing to change your life as a man. And also, I've given you everything that I know. I feel as though any lessons that I learn from this point onwards will be new lessons that I learn from like my vlogging experience, from my business experience, and I can pass them over to you guys whilst I'm actually doing stuff in real life. Do you know what I mean? I'm encountering new things in real life. I'm experiencing them in real life, and while I'm in the video, in the vlog, I can teach you guys about them and talk about them while we're doing it. But stuff like the male advantage, born on a budget, hyper masculine character, Mr. International, I'm living these things now. I've reached my male advantage. And if I were to continue making the content, I think you guys would just be like, why is he doing this? Did he never make it? Like he said, male advantage, did he never make it? And I went from a garage to this ridiculous house in London right now. I just furnished it all today. I've got a couple of last bits and pieces that are going to be arriving. But my life's amazing, and last week it really hit me. So I was in Granada. You guys are going to see the vlog tomorrow. It'll be the first vlog that we do, and that's what we're going to do moving forward. So it's the end of First Man, but it's the start of the male advantage. And I'll get to that in a minute. I'll talk about why I'm doing that. That'll make sense. But I was sat in Granada, and I had kind of a woman that I'm seeing, and I was sat next to her and all the guys that were there from 1M International and my team and stuff, and we were all sat there for like an event when we went out there. And I was outside having a coffee, like I am now, but a late night coffee outside in Spain, sat at this table just looking around, and I was like, oh shit. And my camera guy was filming us, and I was like, I'm in the male advantage. I'm in the other side of male life. It was a scary moment where I was like, everything that I spoke about is right here. I was like, you've got a beautiful woman sat next to me, very sophisticated. We're having a cup of coffee. We're having like a little bit of tapas. I've got all the guys with me. We're having a sophisticated conversation. At least 6 people at that table could speak 2 languages or more. And I was just like, this is phenomenal. One of the guys has had his girlfriend with him, and he proposed to her the next day, put it into the 1MI group chat, the 1M International group chat. And I was just like, wow, I'm living the male advantage. I'm in the other side of male life. This is Mr. International. This is born on a budget. And we went back to the house, and I was sat with all the guys, and I just sat on the balcony, and I was looking around, and I was like, it's probably the happiest I've ever been. I was like, I've got all the guys here with me. We're laughing and joking. We're at this mega mansion in Spain. And I was just like, what? This is insane. I was like, look at the levels that YouTube and this business has taken you to. You are living the other side of male life. You're in the male advantage. It's time to live those years now. And I was like, if you continue making YouTube content for the guys, it's almost disingenuous, because now it's your time to live it. Everything that you spoke about, you got to go and do now. And what can I do, guys? Make a video and go, there's 7 things you need to become successful. Why didn't I tell you about this 5 years ago? Why did I wait and save it till now? Surely I can just say that in a vlog. I can just be like, do you know what, guys? 3 things that have made me successful. This, this, and this. Really focus on them. Anyway, I've got to go and view a house. It's a lot easier to do. I'm too busy now as well. My life is pretty crazy now. I'm just tired all the time, and among like the clothing company, the supplements, and especially 1MI, which you'll see in the vlog, it's nuts. It's crazy. making content isn't my priority anymore. I've got the school community where we will continue making that content and putting it out for the guys because it's a paid service. But I like the calls. I like jumping on a call, a live call with like 40, 50 guys. It's really fun on school, which obviously you guys can join if you want to continue with that content. You can ask me any questions. But I like all that. It's been really, really fun. I've actually like made good friends on there, and a lot of those guys have then signed up to One International, and we've met in person. I've met a few of the guys who haven't, who have just come over to London. I've just gone and met up with them and stuff. They ask me real questions. It's real human interaction, and YouTube's just become really, really fake. I don't like the content creators that popping up now. I don't like the fact that every day there's a new guy on here who is like, oh, here's the, like it. Alpha M has been doing content for so long, and he was the GOAT of like this men's industry, but he had his own format of content. The other day he released a male advantage video. It was literally, the thumbnail says the male advantage, and the title of the video was my women's lifestyle at 18 and men's at 30. He just changed it because he's older, so he changed it to women's at 21, men at 40 or 30 or something like that. He might have put 30 to 40, but he just copied my video and put the male advantage and didn't link back to me. And look, I don't think he did it intentionally, but, truth be told, I don't really care because everybody copied me. I told you for years, Andrew Tate and his brother copied me. They had the straight 7 system, the calendar effect. They copied it word for word. He even looks like me. He copied my whole image. Like, the guy was trying to go on Big Brother. He wanted to be famous. Like, all of these guys are just fame whores, and that's not why I started 10 years ago. I started because I loved this industry and I loved helping men, and I wanted to just tackle certain issues. Now it's just become who can go the most viral, who can say the most crazy shit. I don't really like it. It's never really been me. I've never really gone down that route. I'm more of a professional entrepreneur with a YouTube channel. And that's where I'd rather be. And with everyone copying everybody now, everyone trying to get views, it's just who's got the most eye-catching thumbnail. It's not, you know, it's basically like who's got the most 16-year-olds that are watching their content. I'm not interested in that. Like, with all due respect, I'd rather somebody who's like 28 years old, who's really about business, who doesn't hate women, who has maybe a wife, maybe has a long-term girlfriend, some long-term goals. I want to be like friends with that guy, meeting up, traveling the world, Mr. International, born on a budget, male advantage. Let's get back to that. So I spoke about that for years. I've reached it. I'm living it. And I don't think there's a single, there's two things. I don't think there's a single guy in this industry who's said that they wanted to become something and actually became it. I think a lot of people said, oh, I'm going to improve, and then never really got there, it never really happened. I feel like I've done it. I've ticked every single box I ever wanted to tick. Now it's time for me to live it and show you guys what I'm doing. Number two, I think it would be, like, I've never actually seen a guy in this industry with a real woman. That's weird, right? I've never actually seen them with a real woman. It's always an escort, or it's a woman with like fake lips and fake boobs. And I don't find this industry to be very real. I don't find it to be very authentic. I'm not a fan of it. So it's not that I'm moving out of the industry. I'm just moving my type of content. I want to be more like Ryan Serhant, what Gary Vee was doing for years when he did Daily V and Weekly V. The Casey Neistat type of stuff. We've got the team now. We've got our first vlog coming out tomorrow. We did a house tour in Granada, which you guys are going to be able to see for One International. And if you want to join, we've opened it back up now. We're accepting, I think we're going to accept like 100 new people. So if you guys want to join, there's going to be a form that you can fill in. It will be application only. We're going to select the people that we think are the best fit for the brands. Yeah, you just have to apply, and we'll see if we want to let you in. And I'll talk about One International at length in a minute, because I want to show you the plans moving forward and how big it's going to be. But yeah, I want to show you guys the male advantage. I actually want to live it now. I actually want to, you know, be authentic and be like, okay, this is what I was working towards. And, you know, here's the funny thing. Anybody who's in the comments who's going to hate on this and be like, oh, Chris is doing whatever, man. I don't care. My businesses have got too big to give a shit about YouTube comments now. I really don't care. But like, anybody who's hating on it, it's like, okay, hang on a minute. I said I was going to do all this stuff. I said one day, me and you, and I was talking to the guys watching this. I said one day it will be me and you, and we'll be at the top. I'll see you at the top, brother. Do you know what I mean? We'd all say this stuff. And it was like, I'm going to be living the male advantage years. I'm going to have like the face I want, the body I want, the house I want, the women I want, the car, like all this stuff. I was like, I have all these boxes ticked. I now have all of that. And some people are angry about that. They're like, I miss you being in the garage. And it's like, yeah, I've realized that 90% of people are quite low level and they're quite happy having low level mindset. And when it comes to motivation, they love it. When it comes to action, they never do it. And I went out there and did it and ticked every single box I wanted to tick. And if now just vlogging results in 5,000-10,000 views per video, but those 5,000-10,000 people are like high level killers that are doing really well, making good money, and they want to be part of 1M International and they want to travel the world and stuff like that. They want to be part of something bigger and better. Then that makes way more sense to me. And my self-improvement content will still be here. So if anybody wants to climb the ladder and come and join us, it's all there. But it's like, I went and did it. I left a roadmap. I've now got an end goal in place. And do you know what really opened my eyes? The video that I made for you guys, which I might even title this, I'm not sure. It might not make sense. But there was a video that I did that was, if all you do is work in gym. So I was just wondering if the light was too bright, guys. If it is, I'll turn it down on the editing. But it was the video about if all you do is work in gym, watch this. The views were massive. The comments were so relatable. And I was like, this is why 1M International was created. This is why that whole business was created. So that when you go, do you know what? I don't want to just go out and get drunk anymore. I want to be different. You go and work on yourself. You're in the gym, you're working, you're hustling, you're trying to become successful. While you're on that journey, it's really lonely. And if you don't go out and get drunk and watch sports, it's really lonely. And so many guys related to it. And I was like, 1M International isn't just a brand. It's become a lifestyle. It's become something that's actually going to help men. And the fact it's generated so much money, it's probably generated £1 million already, and it's only existed a year. And then you think, it's only actually, like, the memories we've got are insane. Like, me and all the guys, we've been to Budapest, we've been to Granada a couple times. I drove it to Paris as well, met 2 of the members when we came back from Granada. We've been to London twice. We did a Muay Thai event. We've booked Medellin for April, a massive, massive baller house, which, you know, for all the Americans so that they can get there, or the North Americans, should I say. We booked Bali for May, so everybody in Australia or whoever wants to go over there can from the members from there can go over. It's the best house I've ever seen in my life. I can't show you guys, but it's the best house I've ever seen in my life. And we booked Marrakesh, and it's an unbelievable, massive complex. We're gonna have like 18 plus people that can stay there at one time. That's more for like European guys that are all in around that area. And you just think, wow, look at the memories we're making. I've had about 7, 8, 9, about 12 members in my house. One from America, one from Switzerland. Big T's in the house.
All good and guys.
One from the Netherlands, and obviously all the guys from the UK, whatnot, that work with me and stuff like that on different ideas. I've had so many in this house. When we did an event, we did it at a rooftop bar just down the road, and loads of guys came to my house. Some stayed the night and whatnot on sleeping bags. It was fucking hilarious. And I was just like, this is like my guys now. This has become like my group. These are like my closest friends and shit. And when I was in Granada with them all, sat on the balcony, just chilling, and like we're all doing shit together, like laughing and joking, I was like, this is amazing. This business is incredible. And because I'm so busy, I'm like, this is what I want to do now for the next at least 20 years. We've got some massive plans, and I'll take you guys through it all. But yeah, that's what we're going to do from now on. We're going to start vlogging. The first one should come out tomorrow. The second one is going to be me furnishing this house, going to the gym, going on a morning run, all that shit. And then we're viewing properties in London, we're viewing offices in London for the next 1MI location. And we might view properties in Barcelona or Paris. We're definitely going to view, we got to go over to Barcelona Stadium because we've got VIP seats that we're going to get for the season for you guys as one of the offerings to 1MI. And that brings me on to what we're doing moving forward. So as you guys know, we've got a house in Granada. The house tour, you'll be able to see it tomorrow if you're interested. It's an unbelievable house. It's incredible. It's completely bought outright. We bought it cash. And that's just a property that we own that you can stay at whenever you want. There's probably people there now. It's just people can book and just go and stay. We've got cleaners there. We've got a maintenance guy. We've got a pool team. It's a proper functioning business. It takes up a lot of my time and money. You guys will be able to see that in the vlog, me actually working on stuff, fixing shit. There's problems that went wrong and I have to fix it all. I put £30,000 worth of my own furniture into that house. I put a huge bag of money into that house. I bought the gym for that house. I took my car over there so we could use it for construction to go back and forth. I gave 3 months of my life in the summer to build that house. And yeah, a lot of shit happened while we were over there, so it's pretty crazy. But it's a hell of an experience, probably the most interesting one of my life. But when like you put commitment in like that and you realize I really give a shit about this business. And you know, there's a lot of talk online about scammers and I'll be honest with you guys, everyone's a scammer now. And I see behind the scenes people tell me shit and everyone's a fucking scammer. But for you guys, if you want to know if somebody's a scammer or not, see what they spend the money on. So if somebody's like going shopping for watches, or you know, they've got a new car, they've got like 4 Ferraris and stuff, and they're balling out of control, and they're always doing fun shit and lifestyle stuff, but they're never actually working on business. Yeah, that guy's probably a scammer, because he's probably, and if he only sells a course, then he's probably a scammer. So, you know, so if you get something like an Iman Gadzhi who takes 10K off you for a course, yet he has no financial records of like money that he's ever made in his life, then it's easy to find out his stepdad was a billionaire. People will openly say, yeah, I went to private school with this guy. And then you give him 10 grand and next week he's going watch shopping. Yeah, he's probably a scammer, okay? Like if I can leave you with anything, guys, probably look out for that shit. But if you've got a guy, you know, you put money into an idea and whatnot, and he goes and buys you a house, and then he doesn't actually live in that house, he's probably a decent guy. If in the second vlog that they do, if he's shopping for the next one in my location, and he's talking about the plans moving forwards and stuff like that, then yeah, he's probably a decent guy. He's got your best intentions at heart. And I want to separate myself. I want to be the Ryan Serhant of this industry, where it's very professional. I want to start dressing in suits every single day, and the real world is beckoning. I think I can get my supplements into like Holland and Barrett and stuff like that, and health food stores and whatever. I think there's a lot of money on the table. I want to start running real businesses at a high level now and frame myself at 32. I've got some good women in my life. I wouldn't mind settling down with one and building a life, having some kids in the future and stuff like that. And I don't think I can continue making YouTube videos. It's not going to work. My interests now are like interior design, properties, offices and stuff like that. And it just makes sense to do this now. So this will probably be my last ever video. So, I mean, I'll say all the thank yous at the end. I just want to talk about 1M International quickly and just show you guys what we're planning to do. And here's the thing, I don't mind giving all of our ideas away because nobody's going to fucking replicate it. Nobody's got the bollocks, nobody's got the money, and nobody's got the commitment. Who's going to put, so far we've put about 1.2 million into 1M International. Nobody's going to do the same. I mean, Medellin was 6 grand. Bali was 6 grand. It's all for a week. And then Marrakesh was 6 grand. So we put 18 grand plus my flights, plus the camera guy, because there'll be a dedicated camera guy for everybody. You're looking at like 22,000 that's gone in just to rent some locations for the guys, because before we have like loads of houses around the world, we're just topping it up with places that we'll rent and stuff like that. So it really helps everybody, and all in different areas of the world. So you pay like 2,999, you get a house in Granada, a new house every single month, private dining, sports tickets, offices, stuff like that. We're looking at parking spaces, and this is a big thing that we're going to do. So I want to have like parking spaces in central London. I want to have them in central Manhattan, central Madrid, Paris, stuff like that. And they're just 1M spaces where you could, if you're a member, you can use them whenever you want. So you can park outside like Harrods and then you're sorted. So it's great. It's live setup and framing. That's what I'm after. I want to get houses all around the world. I want to get houses in New York, Miami, LA, San Francisco, Barcelona, Paris, Amsterdam. You can get like £1 million house in Bali, and it's fucking enormous. So I'll probably do something like that. I want to get one in Sydney, Dubai, everywhere, all around the world. Cape Town would be cool as well. I just want to keep buying them. I want to keep buying them. And on top of that, I want to get offices because it's great life setup for you guys. There's a guy in 1MI at the moment. He's very successful. wants to move to London. He said, if you buy an office in London, you're going to save me like quarter of a million to half a million. And I was just like, what a testimonial that is. How unbelievable is that? So we'll probably get a house in London. We'll probably get offices in London, parking spaces in London. So if you're anywhere near London, like your life setup is just next level. Like picture this. You could be like 22 years old, living with your parents, starting a business. You drive your car into London, you park it in the center. You come and work at the office all day. You do that for 2 weeks. And at the end of 2 weeks, you're like, do you know what? I've made some good money. I'm sick of being in my parents' house. I'm going to go and live at the 1MI London location, meet a bunch of guys, maybe have a nice glass of wine on the balcony. It's summer. We're all going to go out to a rooftop bar. I'm going to chill. I'm going to stay at the house for like 5 days or whatnot. Then I'm going to get back and just hustle again and get back to normal life and just continue my routine. Oh, on top of that, they've booked a private dining meal. On top of that, they got tickets to the latest fight. Might be a fight at the O2 in London or something like that. On top of that, they got sports tickets to VIP seats in Barcelona, which is a real thing. This is actually happening. So I was going to get them booked for September, but the woman was on the phone to me the other day and she said we've had to push it back. Like
inside of the city center, and it's going to be 18 acres of Football Club Barcelona itself. So
the new Nou Camp won't be open until January. So what we're going to have in January is 6 VIP seats in the Nou Camp. They're like padded seats, extra leg room. It'll all be in a row. You turn around and you go into like a bar, restaurant. It's the only place you can get alcohol as well. And then there's some stairs that go up to the top floor. I'll try and bring some pictures up. Goes up to the top floor and it has like panoramic views of Barcelona Center. We're probably going to get them because they're on great value. So we can offer that to you guys. And I think Lamine Yamal is probably going to be the best player in the world over the next year or so as well. So that's an experience. Then I want to buy a house in Barcelona. All of this will be seen in the vlogs. You'll be able to see me traveling the world. I just think it's going to be so cool. Like this guy was in a garage talking a big game. Now he's traveling the world, buying houses, like buying offices around the world, parking spaces, VIP sports things. And then people go, okay, Chris, so what are you getting out of it? I think it's pretty obvious. Like I get a cool as fuck life that I don't have to pay for because it's all in the business name. But most importantly, like I'm going to own probably like £100 million worth of assets. I put the money in, I buy an asset. If people trust me with the money, which I think they should because, we're so dedicated to this, the 1MI members will tell you. If they can jump in the comments and tell you guys that if they want to reveal who they are. I mean, if you join, you'll meet them straight away, but a lot of people on school have met them as well, and they always say, I was with Chris the other day, and like, it was amazing in Granada and stuff like that. But, they tell you the same thing as like, Chris puts all the money back in, he's dedicated, like he's really about this. Because let's say, if I make like 5 million a year off memberships and maybe supplements, clothing, everything else that we do, school, community, if I make like 6-7 million a year and I put all of that back into properties, offices, parking spaces, all this stuff, I own all of those assets. If I own the sports debentures, maybe we get seats at Wimbledon and I own all of this stuff, I can refinance all of that in the future. So my plan is to just do 8 years dedicated until I'm 40 on this business. Get to a point where I own probably something like £50 million worth of assets, okay? And just have all of these things that I bought. You guys have unbelievable life setup and framing. You can travel the world. Some guys only paid £2,000 a year and they'll get dropped to 1 for a loyalty thing. The founding members, that's their rewards. They'll get dropped to 1 in 3 years and they'll be on that forever. But you guys can join right now for £2,999. That'll be locked in for life for you if you join before September. Well, to be honest, whoever joins before September, after 3 years, I'll give you the 1,000 per year benefit that I'm giving founding members. I will consider you a founding member. That's what we're doing. So we're only probably going to accept another 100 people. So I'll leave the link to the application form below. If you want to check it out, you don't have to pay or anything like that. You'll come into a WhatsApp group. It's not the official WhatsApp group, but you'll come in and I'll have a chat with you guys and you'll be able to ask me any questions. My team will be in there. We'll be able to reveal the actual media to you. Members' testimonials, which I don't want to release on YouTube because it's unfair on those guys, but members' testimonials in video format. I'll be able to send them over to you guys on WhatsApp, show you what's going on. I'll be able to show you like the actual pictures of Bali, Medellin, and Marrakesh, and then we're going to book 3 more for summer, and I'll be able to reveal those for you guys as well and show you what they're going to be. But you can come in and have a look. But you think if you pay 2,999, you then get to travel the world, go to all these different locations. I mean, there's 3 of us that are dating girls from Granada. You think about that. Like, there's at least 20 of us that have started learning Spanish because of the house in Granada. It's not like, oh, join now and join with and meet other high-level guys, like-minded guys. You join and you become that. You join and it facilitates that. It gives you access to all these different places. The guys in Granada the other day were skiing. They were up the mountain, they were skiing. You'll see all this in the vlog. That's the thing, we can back up everything we say. Like when I say Budapest, oh, there's footage and there's all the members, there's a photo. We were in Granada, oh, here's all the guys, here's the actual house, here's me doing a house tour, here's all my furniture, 30 grand's worth of furniture. I'll name what company it's from, go and search it. Here's a picture of it in my old Cheltenham house. It's just like, you couldn't get more authentic than that. There's video testimonials, it's unbelievable. And the lifestyle that you're getting, you think a season ticket of Barcelona might be like 2 grand, okay? So you pay 2,999, you get that. You get the VIP service. You don't have to pay for it. It's going to cost me, I think it cost me £4,000 for each ticket. So you pay 2,999, you get something that's more than that already. You get a house in Granada that's probably worth about £800,000. You can't do that on your own. It will take you years. Okay, then we got these places that I told you already cost me 6 grand to book. Then you've got, you know, the private dining that we're going to book and stuff like that. Then we've got the offices, which if you want to rent an office in London, it's going to cost you 3 grand a month. So you're getting 3 grand for a year rather than 3 grand a month. So like I could go on and on and on, right? And then people go, so how are you making money off this, Chris? Because when I watched one of the scam videos or 2 of them, the biggest reason people said it was a scam is like, how is Chris making money off this? Like, that's silly, because the idea behind it is one person on his own. If he has, like, people have said to me, oh, so why don't I just go and rent an Airbnb in Bangkok myself? And it's like, because it's going to cost you 6 grand for the month. You sign up, it's going to cost you 2,999. Plus you get a house in Granada, plus you get the networking group, plus you get the VIP seats, plus you get an office, which eventually we'll do an office in New York. We're going to do courtside tickets. They're called debentures, where you get seats at certain venues and you can buy them every year and put them on renewal. So then people, so if you're spending more than what we're giving you, yeah, but it's because it's the collective. It's almost like a syndicate where one person on their own, it's going to cost them a fortune. Like, you're now 25 years old. If you want that level of life set up, you're going to have to be 60 years old before you can afford it, or maybe 50 years old. It's going to take forever. As a collective, by everybody putting money in, you then have all of those assets quicker and everybody can use them. So it's like, yeah, a big chunk of the change goes into funding everything and whatnot, but there's still money left over. But that's not my vision. My vision isn't to raise 1 million, put 200,000 into events and stuff like that and all these tickets and whatnot and keep 800,000. I'm not one of these online guru guys. My plan is to pay myself about 50k and be like, right, I'm good. And then put 950,000 into assets. And then I own those assets. That's my complete honest play with 1M International. Is everybody puts money in, I put money in, I put my supplement money in, school money in. My whole play is just I buy all these assets around the world, right? And then you guys get to use them. Yeah, but Chris, we're buying you a mortgage. That doesn't make sense, because it's like, what can you get for 3 grand? You like, okay, don't sign up. What can you do for 3 grand? You can't do a lot. You can book like 2 hotels maximum. But by being a member, you get access to like a London penthouse, a London office, tickets to Wimbledon, which cost like 4 grand per ticket. You get the network, you get the friends and stuff like that. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, we're talking about adding like a pool heater and stuff like that at the house, scooters and stuff like that, so people can actually get around. We're constantly improving it all the time. And my play is just keep putting money into assets. And then when I'm 40 years old, I can refinance all of those assets, take 70% out, which will be tax-free, which will go in my back pocket. And that's my reward for doing all of that and giving people amazing life setup and framing. changing their life, their experiences, being able to travel the world, fast track something by 20 years and give them something that they couldn't do on their own, but they can do as a collective. But then the business will still run because those assets will still exist and the business will just pay off the new mortgage. So it doesn't affect the members, doesn't affect me, doesn't affect the business. Somehow, this doesn't happen often, but somehow I've created a business model that is win-win-win across the board. The business wins, I win, the members win. I refinance the money. I cash in at about 40 years old. I've got my kids, my wife, whatever it might be, and I'm like, I'm good, I'm done. Like I've worked my bollocks off for 8 years. You're welcome, guys. But the business continues running. I just hire somebody to run it for me because the assets are still in place. So I'll be like, enjoy. I'm going to enjoy them as well. But now I'm pretty much semi-retired. So I just work whenever I want. That's my thank you to me and my thank you to you guys. Like, balling on a budget, Mr. International, the male advantage, the other side of male life. All of these videos, this is it. This is it. Like, this is the most authentic content creation I've ever seen in my life. To talk about hyper-masculine character and all this stuff. To talk about being this highly cultured guy who's a straight 7 across the board, who knows languages, who dresses well, who travels the world, who has a beautiful high-level woman on his arm. I put everything in place to live that, did it, built a ladder, passed it down to you guys, put assets in place, found a system in which we can all do that for a very small fee. Like, what a story. I'm blown away by it. It's like, this is unbelievable. We're living it. And we're giving you, like, took me 10 to 12 years. I'm now just going, guys, here's the ladder. Just pay $2,999 and you're in. You get a whole year. You get all of these assets. It's just ridiculous. Like, members have messaged me and been like, I'm in your area. Can I pop in? And I'm like, yeah, come into my house. Like, come on up. Come and say hello. Like, that's the network that we have. I can put fucking videos on screen now of members in my house. One was wearing my trench coat the other day. He's from America. He's from Washington. He was wearing my trench coat the other day in this house. And I was like, bro, you look sick. Let me do a photo shoot. One came over from Switzerland with his brother. And we were sat here eating Swiss chocolates. Like, that they brought over to me. It was very kind, actually. They were here for an event and they just popped in. And I've spent time with that guy, both of those guys, but I spent time with a guy from Switzerland in Granada. We were on a rooftop bar, chilling, smoking cigars together, having a chat. Like, these guys are like my best friends now. I love it. It's like, everybody talks a good game about like a networking thing. You just get like Luke Belmar sat on a table, does a quick speech. You've paid 15 grand to be there for Capital Club. And you just watch this guy sat on a table. You just look at him and you have a meal. It's like, it's ridiculous. But what we're doing is genuine. What we're doing is super high level. And I don't care about revealing the plans to everybody. I could tell you exactly our next step and what we're going to do. None of these fuckers are going to do it. None of these fuckers are going to do it because they have to invest like 3 million to keep up. They're not going to do that. These guys like to announce something, cash in, and then just disappear. They like no upfront cost for themselves, loads of money coming in. They want you idiots to pay like 15 grand to be part of a meal. Whereas we're like, okay, we got a genuinely good... So I was playing paddle with the members the other day. We were in Granada playing paddle, just laughing and joking. They were up the mountains skiing. We all came back to the house, went out for some food, all met up, and we've got like 2 beautiful women with us that obviously like two of us are dating. One guy gets engaged to her the next day. He's like a 31-year-old pilot. Like, we got some super high-level guys. This is who I want to be surrounded by. This is the lifestyle that I want. This is the future. And we've separated ourselves from the rest of the industry. We've worked very hard on this and we've separated ourselves from the rest of the industry. We're different. We're not like everybody else, and I don't want to be like everyone else anymore. I want to show up wearing suits every single day, running real business, vlogging it all so you guys can see the day in, day out shit that I have to deal with, and what real business is like. And it's like, I want to show you guys me living the male advantage now. Traveling the world, running an international members club, purchasing property all around the world, buying sports debentures at the new Barcelona stadium, and sitting there and watching El Clasico with members. You know, having a beautiful woman on my arm, traveling to Paris, going and grabbing a coffee and be like, she's helping me view some houses. It's also Valentine's Day. We're going to double up, go for some food. We're going to view some properties while we're here. You know, that sort of thing. And it's just like, I want to show you guys how to decorate a house. Do you know what I mean? Like why I buy certain types of furniture, why I have framed the sofa around the window and had like the TV there and the table there and done it for like live setup and framing purposes, and how we can have like everybody sat around and have like coffee evenings with like friends of mine and stuff like that. We're going to have team meetings here. You guys are going to be able to see inside the discussions. And I just want to say thank you to you guys, because YouTube's been so much fun. I've really enjoyed it. Just even before the garage days when I was in my old London flat, and I had all these ideas of like, why don't fat guys just lift heavy weights? Why do we have to go out and get drunk and watch sports? Why can't there be like an other side of male life? That's a good idea for a video. Do you know what? It's kind of like an advantage for men when they get to a certain age. Why I just call it the male advantage? Make a supplement around it. Why don't I just make it? Why don't I write a book around it? Why don't I just film all this content? And I actually think my SD card's about to run out, guys, so I'm going to wrap it up. But like, that was so much fun. They were just goated days. And like, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be sat here today saying One M International's blown up. It's changed my life. I built like a real business that makes millions per year. I own assets that are over like a couple million. So it's just like, guys, fucking thank you, man. And if you want to come and join us for the next leg of the journey, great. If you don't, we hope to see you soon. If you're just going to shit on this idea, then it's not for you. You don't understand it yet, and you need to continue with your self-improvement stuff because you're not there yet, which is fair enough. But yeah, we're evolving. We're going to go up to the next level. I want to be in suits every day, having this amazing life, going out for food with clients. Like, I want to have an office in London where you can start a business at 23 years old and you can bring clients to this high level office, and you're going to land business because of that. You don't have to pay for Wi-Fi. You don't have to pay for the utilities, the electric. You don't have to pay for the furniture. You just have this super high level office, and I'm fast tracking your lives, and I'm giving you the opportunity that I now have, but 10, 20 years early. That's a dream for me. It's like, that's my legacy play. I want in like 20 years there to be like 10,000 superstar entrepreneurs that are like, if it wasn't for 1MI and what First Man did, I wouldn't be where I am today. That's what I want to do now, is pass down the ladder and help like 10,000 men reach their male advantage quicker, 10, 20 years early. So I want to say thank you guys for allowing me to get to my male advantage, for sticking with me throughout this journey, supporting the channel. It's been one hell of a journey, guys, and I've loved every minute of it. Thank you to all of you. Love every single one of you. Even the haters, even the scammers. I actually invited all of the scam video people, all of the haters. I invited them to Granada. Said, I'm going to wrap this up because there's only 3 minutes. But I said, come to the house in Granada. I'll pay for your flights. I'll pay for everything. You can come to the house for a week. They all said no on email. So I've got all that evidence if I ever need it. But they all said no, which was hilarious. And that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with haters, guys. So... but yeah, forget them, because the future of this brand is going to be massive. I'm going to be traveling the world, living this amazing life. If you want to be a part of it, obviously the link is below. If you want more content like this, it will be on School. But thank you guys, because my life is unbelievable. I reached a male advantage. Now I want to help you do it. And the future of this channel is going to be vlogs. First one should be coming out tomorrow. You guys are going to see my real life, like my real business, what I work on. I live my truth. Beautiful women. Great friends, high level life, real business, everything that you could ever imagine. So, yeah, somebody in the industry that hopefully you can trust. Hopefully you guys want to be part of 1MI. Every penny that, you know, we raise obviously goes back into assets. I've told you why. That's my play. That's my retirement plan in like 10 years time or so. So, I mean, think of it whatever you will, guys. If you haven't got the money, don't hate on it. Just realize that it's not for you yet and stuff like that. But the people who have got the money, who want to be part of something like that, if that sounds cool to you, then, we're ready for you. We'd love to see you. Love to get you in the WhatsApp group and let you meet all the other guys. There's about 120 of us at the moment, so that'd be cool. But my camera's about to die. Final thank you from me, guys. Really appreciate it. Come and live the male advantage. Can't wait to explore this next chapter, see what happens. Appreciate you all, guys. See you soon.
Hello guys, welcome to the first on-camera session of 1M Discussions. Today we're going to be talking about fat guys and how fat guys are in the perfect position to have the perfect body, but they don't know it because they're getting the wrong information from everywhere, from every single source.
Okay guys, welcome back to another video. That's a new fire pit going in there, so it's gonna be a log fire pit, so I'll sit out there and almost do like a campfire type chat.
So this video is going to be very much like, you know when I said to you guys anybody can change their life in 3 months?
And just very, very briefly, before we start the video,